I just had an epiphany, y'all, and I just had to come on here and I had to share it with you. When we complain about where we're at, how can we trust ourselves enough to know where we're going? How can you trust yourself enough to know that the future that you are planning, that you are preparing for, will be better than the moment that you're in right now? I was sitting up here thinking about all the jobs that I ever worked at and the people that I came across and the environments that I was in and the people that I met. Each position that I ever held, I learned something from it. But I only learned something from it after that job has ended. How it ended, none of y'all business. But no, but the common denominator is each position I ever held taught me something. And it taught me to love where I'm at before it become my past and my future is uncertain. Meaning, every time I left a job, every time a job let me go, every time I had to move, something shifted in my life when it comes to a job. I always had to find something else. It wasn't a job waiting for me. It never been a job just waiting for me. I always just took it, be like, okay, I'll figure it out. I will figure it out. And then I fill out an application or I go back to my skill, my trade, which is cosmetologist, or, a position, I apply for something and then 2 or 3 weeks later, it calls me. The company called me. So I never had to wait for a long time. And I'm grateful for that and I'm thankful for that. Okay? That's why it's important to me, it's important to have a skill. It's okay to have a career. It's okay to work jobs and things like that. But you have to know the difference between working a job and having a skill. And working a skill and using your skill. Because your skill is going to get you through them hard times where your job or your career can't sustain you anymore. Oh, I just said a word. Because if you learn a skill, which if you don't know what a skill is something that you can do, with training. Somebody could teach you with your hands or, basically really with your hands, like welding, cosmetology, doing hair, eyelashes. I'm in a beauty world. So, anything in each category in the beauty world could be a skill. You can learn how to put on eyelashes. You can learn how to put on makeup. You can learn how to give a nice massage and know the body and the muscle. You can learn the different chemicals, the different texture of hair, the different, feelings of hair, things like that. Everything is a skill in my world, in the beauty world. I know when it comes down to welding and men's stuff, I don't know. Let me not call it men's stuff because you got some women that can stand 10 toes down and do the same job but I'm just not going to get myself dirty like that. But it's okay. Some women can. And when they step out like, damn, that's that up under there. I see you. So listen, yeah. But back to the subject at hand. We have to love where we're at. Only way we can be certain and we can be sure of our future that we're planning, that we're preparing for, if we love where we're at. Because if you love where you're at, that means that every step that you will take, you will love it. And if an obstacle comes, it's okay. We're going to deal with it. Because there ain't nothing that you cannot do. Now I understand why people say there's nothing you cannot do. There is nothing that you cannot do. There's always another way. And I got that from, the couple of days or whatever, my daughter been sick. So I had to put on my nurse cape and be mother. And, my controlling self trying to figure out, okay, since I'm here, have to take care of my daughter for the next 2-3 days. What can I do around this house to make it better? And attending to, I got all these hats on. I got my brain just going, y'all. My brain just going. And we was watching Moana. And my daughter loves Moana. Hint, I love Moana too. So we watch it all the time. And now I want to have a second, a sequel. I guess that's what you would call it, to Moana 2. And so we watched Moana 2 in these past 2 or 3 days, like 10 times. That was our bonding time. I really like Moana. But it was a part where she said, there's nothing you cannot do. And there's always another way. And if you get sidetracked and you get narrow-minded and you only think one way and this is how it has to be and this is it and I'm never going to get out of this and this is my life right now, things like that. What about if there was another way? Another way to rethink this, another way to a mindset, another way to change your circumstances, another way to pay your bills. It's another way for your day-to-day living. It's another way to eat when you buy your groceries. It's another way to talk when you speak to your spouse or your children. It's another way. There's always another way. You just have to find it. And the only way you can find it, go back to episode 1 if you know who you are. And you can't know who you are if you uncertain about your future. 2, if you do not love the circumstances you're in right now. Now, let me take love, because love could be a strong word. Maybe I'm throwing you off with the word love. Let me change my, another word. So, love, we could say like, or, accept. Manage. Whatever word you want to replace love with, replace it. Replace it. Replace it to where now the emotion that you feel in your circumstance or your day-to-day life changes. When things just start becoming better. Because how can I put my life and my trust in your hands? I'm not even going to say your hands. How can I surround myself with people who do not love, who do not like where they're at? Let me stop saying love. They do not like where they're at. But I'm learning how to love where I'm at. It might not be the best circumstances. It might not be, what I had in mind, what I envisioned for myself. It might not be none of those things. It's the matter of fact, it's the total opposite. Nothing on my list I have accomplished. This list, nothing. But I'm learning to love where I'm at. Because when I start liking where I'm at, whether it be materialistic, whether it be spiritually, whether it be emotionally, whether it be mentally, no matter where, when I start liking each part of myself, things around me start to become better because now I get to pick and choose what I want to open up to, what I want to have a conversation with, when I want to lead a conversation, and when I want to go. I have control. I know I'm controlling. And I'm not ashamed of it. And I'm not ashamed. No, I'm not. I know I have some controlling ways. But I've learned how to maintain it and manage it. I understand that things can't be 24 hours with me. I understand that things can't be surrounding me, my life surrounding me. I understand that. And once I took a step back out my ego, because the world is not revolving me, whatever. And I started looking at somebody else, aka when I had my daughter, I had to share my world with her. And I'm not going to say when I had her, I was the best mom. I'm not going to say when I had her, I just knew this is what I always wanted. I had my doubts. I had my fears. I had my concerns. I had, God, why you trust me to another human being? See, my nieces and nephews, they different. See, I could give them back to their mother. I could give them back to their father. I could give them back to whoever birthed them. But with your own child, you can't give them back. I mean, you can. There's always another way. But you could, yes, you can. But I didn't want to, so I did not. And my daughter just turned 6. And I'm realizing, if I do not love where I'm at, how can I trust myself? How can my daughter even trust me to lead us to a better future? Let's just say God say, here go a blessing. I'm going to drop this amazing man in your life. Check out all your boxes. Love you and your daughter. Embrace, y'all just a family. Ain't no separation or nothing. Y'all are definitely a family. If I just come in and I just drop this blessing, down on, what type of person were you willing to accept? Because I have accepted some trash back then. I'm call it like it is, whatever. But now I'm looking at life a little different, because now I'm like, this whole human being really trusts me with her life. Like, if I say follow, she gonna come. If I say stop, she gonna no. Like, I really have to sit here and teach her something. I don't know what that is. I have to teach her something. And I can only teach her by looking at her and observing her and exposing her to different things and showing her and teaching her about respect and kindness, and understand that you gotta have a backbone. You gotta have some boundaries. You gotta have some things. And I'm teaching her all that on her level. But I understand as she grows, it's the same foundation. It's just the things change. There's always another way. There's always another way to teach your child that kindness is okay. There's always another way to teach your child that learn the difference and learn the balance of it all. It's a balance. I'm kind, but don't play with me. Don't go too far. But I'm kind. I'm not going to let you troll me. I'm not going to let you, play with me. You got to teach them that. And you got to teach them that on their level. Like, she's 6. So she really don't know, oh, this my friend, not my friend. She's mean to me. He's mean to me. Things like that. She has a very forgiving heart. And that's most kids do. But as she gets older, I understand that the foundation is still the same. Teach her the difference between and the balance of kindness and don't play with me. It's just the circumstances will change. Because then as she get older, I understand that people going to be trying to play her in her face. And they going to know exactly what they're doing and how they're doing it. I'm kind, but don't play with me. So that's all I have for y'all today. I'm done for today. I just had to get on here and tell y'all that. Love where you at. Or learn how to like where you at. Or just learn your surroundings. Learn where you at. Some of us can't even get to like and love because we don't even know where we at. We've been clouded our judgment for so long that we don't even know where we at. We just have a routine. We just have a routine and we just floating through life. Floating. I know at this time I'm going to be here. I know at this time I'm going to eat. I know this time I'm just floating through life. And that's okay. That's your life. But when was the last time that you said, I like how I did that wall. I like how I decorated that wall. I like how this is happening.